What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Tornado Tag. Tonight, we cover this week in wrestling news, Forbidden Door card, and we predict our own. We're not predict, but we create our own Forbidden Door pay-per-view. ABJ and BP Burke on the call. Let's start the show. What's going on, bud?
Oh, nothing. Just Forbidden Door it up. Wait until you see what I have. I went too far, I think.
Okay, I like it.
I have all the excesses of WWE and AEW. I have a 2-night show with 17 matches.
No New Japan, no TNA, and NXT.
Oh no, I have some New Japan. I don't think I have anybody from TNA.
Okay, I have one.
I have one person from TNA. I take that back.
Okay,
and I have a few people from New Japan, maybe some people from AAA. It's going to be a fun one.
All right,
CMLL even.
If it's not Orange Cassidy versus Mr. Iguana, I don't want to hear it. Not joking.
Hey, you might be on to something there. You might.
Okay.
You might be scratching the surface on something.
I like it. You know how I like my comedy wrestling. The chat is open. If you're here with us live on Facebook, YouTube, over on ABJ High Tension Wrestling or Tornado Tag, or on the Twitch side, welcome. Please save your Forbidden Door predictions till that segment. Keep the chat flowing with the segments we're talking about, and we will interact with you guys. Five or more donations, we'll do a random, let someone come in and talk with a topic, or we'll figure something out. So we'll flow with it as we go. Thank you, everybody, so much for supporting and joining us again. We are back on the audio side as well, so you can listen to us on the drive on podcast platforms, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. We're there for all of it. So 5-star reviews and all go very, very far, very, very long and very far. The reels and shorts have been doing great over on Instagram on my page. So thank you guys so much for supporting and doing all that. Even the YouTube shorts and stuff, TikTok has been doing really well. So thank you everyone for hitting those comments and likes and retweets. But well, let's get right into it, BP. Well, first off, I love the new background. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
You're lit up real nice. You look glorious right now. And last time I didn't put a lot of clips out from last episode. So I felt horrible. I didn't have the time to sit down and edit and do everything. And AI, the devil AI, is on our service that it automates and makes clips for us. The problem is
boils the oceans.
Yes, and it boils the oceans. Unfortunately, AI is not smart enough to realize that Uma Thurman is not on the podcast, and a lot of clips would just...
Uma Thurman is not on the podcast yet.
Could you imagine her getting wrestling talks with us? That'd be great. Is she a pro wrestling fan, you think?
There's no chance.
No chance?
No.
Okay. But anyway, the AI would just attach to her face, and it would cut us out of every clip. So I was like, BP, you got to move the poster. I know that's a great poster, but it's killing the AI.
It's very hard to see, but this is my wrestling wall. The wrestling wall is behind me. I have an autographed Cactus Jack shirt that's being obscured by my microphone. Yeah. Behind my giant head is an autographed picture of Demolition, an autographed poster of Ric Flair and Vader from Super Brawl 4.
I remember I was with you when you bought that. I have another autograph for you. I just keep forgetting to give it to you. I have your Headbangers autograph for years now.
Also obscured by the microphone is here's a quick plug, is an autograph poster from the first Fightertainment at Pilgaroo Brewing. They're going to be doing another one next Friday, August 29th. Raise the money for Jeff Cannonball in a fight with ALS. We will both be there.
Yep. I'll be doing some ring announcing.
I'm going to be doing something. I don't know what I'm doing yet. I think I'm doing music.
Okay, that works. If we're not doing one of three things at wrestling shows at this point, right? Yeah. But let's get into the show. Our first topic is going to be WWE is PLE changes, show changes, and counter programming with AEW.
Yeah, aggressively. They've been doing it anyway. It started all the way back when they moved NXT to USA Wednesdays to go head to head with Dynamite. And they got whooped. and since then, they have gotten hotter. AEW has gotten colder, so counter-programming is a little more effective. Usually now when NXT and AEW go head-to-head, NXT wins, but they do load up the shows. And so, yeah, this is going to be a little bit more aggressive than that. It starts with WrestlePalooza on the 20th of September, which is going to go head-to-head with All Out.
And that'll be on ESP. That'll be the first time we're using the ESPN deal.
Yeah, so yeah, the mainstream PLEs are leaving Peacock early. That ESPN service launched today. I'm not sure if I have it or not. Like, I've read things that say, because I have YouTube TV. YouTube TV says they don't. They're not part of it, but they're hoping to for WrestleMania. Their ESPN's carriage deal with YouTube TV ends in, I believe, December, so that might be part of the negotiation for a new one. But I tried the app, and I was able to watch like First Take and stuff on my phone. So I honestly don't know if I have it or not.
Yeah, well, I plan on doing the Hulu package again, so I'm gonna get Hulu Live TV, and that'll come with Disney and ESPN.
Right. If you have Hulu with Live TV, this thing is part of it. There's certain cable companies and live TV providers that do have it, and some that apparently don't. But YouTube TV is supposed to be one of the ones that don't, and I tried it, and I seem to have it.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't, I will obviously.
There's ways.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Huge thank you to Brandon. This is his second time doing this. He is a member himself and just gifted away another membership. Did it last live stream and this one. Appreciate you so much, Brandon, for donating and helping paying the bills here at the podcast. That helps out more than you know. And the chat's been saying it, BP. And also, we have it in our notes that Saturday night main event will be moving to Peacock because I guess Peacock feels a little left out.
Yeah, I'm going to drop off for 1 second, literally 1 second.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, so they'll be moving to Peacock. I don't really know the card or the plans for future shows when it comes to WrestlePalooza or Saturday Night Main Event. I did skip Raw this week, only because like I had a lot going on at work, and I just decided to pass on Raw this week. Plus, I'm just really sick of these DQ finishes. The WWE product. I'm gonna watch it for the sake of the content, but it is not for me.
Well, the big announcement they did make was that Saturday night's main event is going to be John Cena's last match.
Okay.
Yeah, it's, I believe, December 13th, and it's the same day as World's End, and it's going to be, John Cena's last match is the big thing there.
For me personally, and I'm not saying this for every wrestling fan, and maybe you can answer your side of it as well, but if they're counter programming, I'm not watching. I'm sticking with AEW. I'd rather watch that programming. That's just me personally.
Well, I'm pretty sure if I don't have the date wrong, December 13th, I'm going to be at PPW.
So yeah, I mean,
if
I'm not making wrestling content,
right.
If I'm not at a show helping make wrestling content, I'm choosing to watch AEW over any other product.
I haven't been happy with WWE lately either, but I have watched very little AEW over the last 5 or 6 months. It's not hitting for me right now.
Yeah, I can definitely feel that. Thank you again, Brennan, for the $2 super chat. Appreciate you. I'm done with the writing at WWE for a while, not hating. Yeah, I mean,
watching WWE.
Watching. I don't think. I think there is some decent storylines and stuff going there. It's just the presentation, and AEW has done some stuff. We'll kind of cover it in the next couple segments on their recently televised stuff that I'm just been not a fan of. What storyline is as well. But I feel like when I watch a match, I'm getting a conclusion, and at least that's enough for me right now. And I think the pay-per-views, AEW pay-per-views, are a little more entertaining for me.
Yeah, the last AEW pay-per-view I watched was the one I was at, so it's a little tricky for me. I was what was that, Dynasty that was in Philly?
Yeah.
So
yep.
I mean that was a fun show, but it was also very long.
Yeah,
and that tends to be my gripe with AEW is we can't have a happy medium. Like WWE shows are like 3 hours long and only have 5 matches,
and you're paying $400 to sit crazy far away to watch 4 matches for $400, where AEW is like, hey, it's $100 and we're gonna give you 438 matches.
Yeah. I believe All in Texas is still going on.
Yeah. But I don't mind. I mean, bang for your buck, I don't hate it. Like if I'm in attendance or I'm paying for the pay-per-view, I don't mind the longer shows as long as they're on like Sundays are rough. Like, oh, you want me to watch all day Sunday? That's tough. But another big thing on the commentary side of things, Pat McAfee returns to WrestlePalooza on commentary on the new ESPN deal. Who'd have thunk?
Yeah, how about that? Well, it's also I know part of it was him wanting to be paid, compensated fairly for his time, and Pat McAfee makes a lot of money. He's got a really sweet deal with ESPN, and so with everything being simpatico there, I wonder if he's just going to be a commentator for pay-per-views, or maybe he's back on Raw. Who knows?
Yeah, I think Pat should just be maybe like the pay-per-view guy, or he'll show up for a match here and there. I don't think we need
Right.
him for full shows. I don't hate Pat McAfee. There's some things on his commentary I think he blew his load too often with, and
Yeah.
he started becoming a gimmick with certain gimmick characters and certain on-screen personalities, and then that was kind of his, like, he became more the entrance than the entrance itself type deals,
Right.
and I feel like he petered out longer shows, and to me it seems like he struggles with a 3-man booth where he kind of sits there with his teeth in his mouth when the third man sits down.
Yeah, it's and I know we're of competing minds on this. I like a commentator that kind of more, unless you're going to be like Bobby Heenan, unless you're like a great comedian or Jesse Ventura, like a great heel. I tend to like a commentator that kind of emphasizes what's going on in the ring and kind of blends into the background a little bit more than Pat McAfee does. But he, at a point, I'm just like, oh my God, he's frat boy Mauro Ranallo, and it's driving me insane. So
I appreciate the humor. I appreciate that stuff, but you gotta pick and choose. You gotta pick and choose.
Yeah.
It can't be every match. And there's times where even like me, I mean, my style of commentary has been very similar to that, and you gotta learn to adapt and with your commentary partners as well as too. It's like it's an interesting battle. People think wrestling commentary is super easy. It's not. It's not. And you're really criticized heavily every time you do it. It's not easy, especially to stay.
It's rough.
I can't do play-by-play. That's not my thing. If I have to, I'll do it, but it's not my go-to. I don't know a lot of wrestling moves.
Yeah, and it's hard because it's also finding the balance between calling every single move and telling the story, and
yeah,
it's a little tough. It's a little tough for all to find that balance.
Yeah. So seeing the chat, Maddie is here, but kind of segues a little bit into our next one. Natty is going to be our first ever female to win the Cauliflower Alley Club Luthez Award, which is pretty crazy. That's the big conference they do in Vegas, right?
Yeah, it's a big convention of wrestlers who have been around for a while. I believe Brian Blair, I know he was one of the key people in there, but I don't know if he still is or not. But yeah, it's one of their higher honors. It's like almost like a lifetime achievement award, and this is a big milestone. Good for her. Natty is finally getting her flowers for a really incredible career. Never was really the person in the division, but I think she has more matches by far than any other woman in history, and she's been there like getting close to 20 years. It's amazing.
Yeah, and I do love. I know it doesn't. People that watch mainstream wrestling do not give a shit about this, but like, I feel like it's almost like a badge of honor when certain people have worked their way through the indies and get to TV, or they're so high on TV that they don't need to work the indies, but they come down to and put on really entertaining things. Like I was kind of reminiscing a little bit about this the other day, just kind of in my own thoughts, and I wanted to bring it up for you on the podcast. But like, I respect the fuck out of Cody. Like, Cody to me will go down as one of the GOATs because I mean, I know WWE didn't use him properly and they made them the joke character, but at the end of the day, he's a Rhodes. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't need to do what he did, and he could have gotten a paycheck, and WWE probably would have kept him forever, and he did not need to leave and go to the indie scene and really just build himself down there. Like, he made that blueprint. You know what I mean? Like, he was the one, like, I don't need to be here, but I'm going to, and he appreciated it more. And just kind of his story of like, I literally went from rags to riches, essentially, like working those shows and just kind of working. I don't know. I just really respect it. I think Natty going down to like GCW shows and stuff has been really fun, and it really elevated her. And I think it puts her on a different level again. It rejuvenated her career.
Yeah, you would see people do that when they would get cut. The classic one was Drew McIntyre. Mm-hmm. He's part of 3MB, and 3MB has this. If you ever see the WeLC match, it was better than it had any right to be. It was like a pre-show match on an early WWE Network pay-per-view with El Torito and Hornswoggle. And after that match, like pretty much everybody involved in the match, it basically became a 6-man tag with 3MB and like a 7-on-3 handicap match with 3MB and Los Matadores and all this. And then I'm pretty sure like shortly after this happened, everybody in the match but Heath Slater got fired.
Yeah.
I don't think the Colognes were there. Or no, the Colognes may have stuck around a little bit longer, but you had Drew McIntyre gets fired, Jinder gets fired, El Torito gets fired, Swoggle gets fired, and Drew McIntyre hit the pavement. He went to TNA when TNA was at a really low point. He was part of the real resurgence of the UK scene before WWE killed that, and he made a name for himself and made his way back. And unfortunately, his timing was off when it came time to become the guy, and it happened during the pandemic, and it cut him off before he could even get started. But Cody did that on his own. He didn't wait to get cut. He probably would have gotten cut. He probably would have been or if he would have, it would have been way later. He would have been in that Dolph Ziggler zone. He would have been in that, like that perennial guy, or even a Ron Killings, or somebody like that. But his legacy is going to be he bet on himself and he won big. He won big.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I think he has a different appreciation. I think certain guys, like, but you can hear it a lot with interviews too. Like the people have kind of come up through the indie scene and versus the talent who kind of just, hey, I was a star athlete and WWE brought me in for NXT. Like I just feel like they're two different upbringings into the business, and I think there's a different appreciation. Like you hear old Kevin stories or Sammy stories, and they're like, bro, I treat WrestleMania like it's another, because like they've just been through it so often, and I think there's a more of a love and appreciation for me anyway. Like you can kind of see it with wrestlers like Danielson, crazy, and like and Lily says nepotism too. Like Cody didn't have to do that as wrestling royalty, but he kind of was like the prince that went down reverse Aladdin style. You know what I mean? Like
I mean that being said, I think Cody's name helps. It definitely helps with framing his character, and inheriting some of his father's charisma certainly didn't hurt genetically. But it's he had a little bit of a different track. Like Cody wanted to be an actor. Cody moved to LA, did the whole thing, and then when that didn't work, then it was like, okay, wrestling, and look, it helped him. Like John Cena did the same thing. John Cena went to LA to be an actor, and then wound up at UPW Wrestling School with Rick Bassman and Tom Howard. And look where he
Cody
is now.
Just get a role? Isn't there like 4 or 5 WWE stars in a Street Fighter movie, right?
Yeah, Cody's playing Guile.
I don't know a lot about Street Fighter characters, but I think it's
Guile,
kind of cool that the wrestlers
Guile's the military guy with the high blonde hair. Does the Sonic boom.
Are they going to give him the real unrealistic big hair?
It looks like it. There was a thing of somebody tagged Cody in this post, and you just see a shadow with the big, looks like a giant triangle on his head. So it looks like, he's in it. Roman Reigns is in it. I believe he's playing Akuma. I'm trying to think of other wrestlers. I know. I forget which Japanese wrestler is playing E Honda. It might be Hiroki Goto, who I believe was a sumo wrestler, but he's not a big guy. But a guy from New Japan is playing E Honda. Not a wrestler, but Jason Momoa is playing Blanca.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's a strange cast. It's a very strange cast.
Side note related, did you watch any TV, movie, anything going on right now?
Like TV?
Yeah, anything.
I mean, Dexter. I'm really into the new Dexter.
Is it good?
It's very good. It's very good.
I have not watched anything past the first run of show. I didn't watch the new one, but now that I have, I went and got Paramount Plus again, and I think for like another $2 they add Showtime. So I think I'm gonna try to watch some of that again.
Yeah,
there's the reason I asked it because there's a lot of stuff on my watch list right now that I want to watch, and it has very heavily wrestling ties to it, right? So Heels, I've never watched Heels. That's on my list.
Heels is good. Heels is it's a little unrealistic, but Heels is good.
Okay, and then I did it. I'm sorry, Cake Dragon. I understand Viacom is not good, but I'm going to be completely straight up honest with you. The reason I got it, I want to watch RuPaul Drag Race, so I'm watching him from season 1 through. All right, but and Dexter was on there and on my list of stuff I want to watch, and Californication I kind of want to go back and rewatch. But anyway, wrestling related, Sweet Tooth is on there, and I wanna kind of go through that. Samoa Joe's and Sweet Tooth, and then there was another show,
Twisted Metal. That's on Peacock.
I'm sorry, Peacock. Yeah, that's something I want to watch. And there was another one that just came out recently with a wrestler or something that I wanted to watch, but I'm just asking.
Here's one to watch. Glow is so good, and I'm so angry they never got a 4th season.
Okay.
Glow is excellent. It's on Netflix, and it is it's strange because it's a comedy show. It's well written, and it is probably more than almost anything I've ever seen, like a scripted TV show, respectful of professional wrestling in a very strange way.
Interesting.
Like incredibly respectful of professional wrestling, but it's a fun show. And unfortunately they greenlit it for a fourth and final season, but then the pandemic hit and everybody's schedules got all crazy. And it's like Allison Brie's in it, and she's in that movie now with her husband Dave Franco. It's the horror movie where the two people are connected. Like I
didn't see that one.
It might literally be called Connected.
Okay.
But she's in it. Mark Maron's in it, and he's always very busy with doing stand-up and everything. But Glow is a phenomenal show.
Yeah, and Peacemaker was the other one I was gonna say because I've seen it. Everyone say that because they said this new launch of DC. It started with Superman, but they said Peacemaker is gonna show a lot of the future of DC.
James Gunn is heavily involved. Yeah.
So I kind of want to see how that kicks things off.
Another interesting wrestling related show, very short. It's one you can binge. Very interesting. You have to be okay with subtitles or watch it dubbed. Queen of Villains. It's a mini series. It's like 6 or 7 episodes, and it's the story, and it's heavily fictionalized. They make a super interesting stylistic choice, but it's a biography of Dump Matsumoto, who was like the biggest heel in Japanese women's wrestling in the 1980s. But one of the subplots is kind of far-fetched if you're really into professional wrestling. Like there's this through line through the show that eventually like these girls decide their matches are going to be shoots. Which is strange because it didn't happen that way, but it's interesting to see like her, Chigusa Nagayo, all these things. And then the real Chigusa Nagayo was the wrestling coordinator for the show. Usually, like if it's a show in the United States, it's usually Chavo Guerrero, like Chavo.
Well, there was some Japan. I forget. I wish my buddy Grappa was in here, but he did a whole thing he was telling me about where like early wrestling, women's wrestling in Japan, a lot of it did turn into shoots because like they just wanted to be taken seriously, so they went out there and beat the piss out of each other.
Oh no, they absolutely beat the hell out of each other. Yeah. There is a documentary called Gaea Girls. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. It's GAEA. It was an offshoot promotion, and there is a clip where Akira Hokuto throws a drop kick at a girl. She yells at the girl, whips her in the ropes, and hits her with a shoot drop kick. Like just kicks her right in the face as hard as she can with a drop kick, and the sound it makes is insane.
Yeah, he was showing me this one where this girl literally got her face broken, like to the point where like it ruined her career, almost ended her because this girl shot on her and like beat her, like her. You can see her skull, like it was bad.
Now that would happen in Japan, but I'm talking about like from bell to bell, they're actually trying to defeat each other. I'm not talking about going in the business for yourself or taking liberties or anything like that. So, like there are instances of that in Japan. Akira Maeda notoriously shot on Andre the Giant back in Japan. The Akira, and then Maeda did it all the time. Maeda had the shoot kick where he kicked the one with the big white dude,
where the big white dude was no sound. Oh, that was Inoki. Where the big white dude was no sound.
Oh, that was Inoki and Antonio the Great. Yeah.
Beat the kick, when he kicked him in the face. I was like,
well, I mean, there's a lot of that.
It was like UFC 1. Remember when the dude got kicked in the mouth?
There's Great Sasuke and Dirt Bike Kid. That's a famous one. No, I was thinking of Maeda. He was leaving the promotion. I believe he was leaving All Japan for New Japan, if I'm not mistaken. I might have those flipped. And he kicked. And actually, now I'm thinking he left New Japan for All Japan because he kicked Hiroshi Hase right in the face and broke his orbital bone. And even when WWF went over there, Koji Katal, who was a former sumo. He actually wrestled at WrestleMania 7. Him and Genichiro Tenryu beat Demolition. Koji Katal tried to shoot on Earthquake.
Oh, shit.
It didn't end well. I think they had an old beef from sumo because Earthquake was a sumo wrestler.
Yeah. That's wild. But anything I didn't watch Raw this week. Did you get a chance to watch Raw or NXT?
Yeah, Raw, I caught a little bit of NXT. I really just wanted to see that building. Because NXT was at the Met in Philly.
Oh, that theater, right?
Yeah. I'm like, they're doing wrestling at the Met? That's interesting. the Met is it's the Metropolitan Opera House. It's like an old theater, and it's very interesting to see wrestling there. It's like a smaller version of the Hammerstein Ballroom. The ring was like on a stage, and it was a very sparse setup because there was not like the hard cam. There was nothing behind it, and then they just had the. It's more for like concerts and stuff. It was very
it was
very
like a ballroom. I didn't actually see photos of the.
Yeah, but like usually at the Hammerstein they put the ring on the floor. This the ring was literally on the stage because there isn't really a big floor section. It's more for it's like an orchestra setup more so than a wrestling setup. But yeah, I mean, because Raw was in Philly, and then that was also in Philly. And now AEW, I think their residency at the 2020 Arena is coming up.
Yeah, they're doing like a whole like week long thing there. Anything that stood out for you storyline wise?
Storyline wise, I'm trying to think what happened on Raw. Not a whole lot.
Not a lot.
Yeah, they're really just kind of making their way to this Clash in Paris thing, and they're just trying to keep the storylines alive. I think that's one of the downsides of only doing like 5 or 6 matches is it's taking even longer to pay things off in WWE, which is not great, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
we did get a little bit of I'm trying to remember what happened to Raw now. It's kind of I watch Raw, but I'm watching Raw as I'm making TV, so I'm editing the PPW TV show while I'm watching Raw. So unless something really grabs me, like a great promo or a great match or something like that, the funniest thing, the most standout thing was probably Io Sky just screaming in Japanese as she runs away from Asuka and Rhea Ripley and Kairi Sane. That was fun because she was going ham on it.
I wish we had someone who spoke a foreign language at PPW and just send them out there and be like, don't say a word of English. Don't.
That'd be great.
I want that so bad.
Oh, and there was a special guest appearance by the Lombardi Trophy. That was nice because it was in Philly. Cooper DeJean and Big Dom, the security guy, were in the front row with the Lombardi Trophy.
Enjoy it now. We're coming for you.
They it's funny, even before that, there were Eagles chants, and it was either they were seeing them come to their seats, or it was when the New Day was out. Xavier Woods wrestled Penta, and Grayson Waller was out there. And Grayson Waller is a huge Eagles fan.
Yeah, he's a Philly fan. He likes Philly.
Well, I think because he's Australian, and Jordan Mailata is a big deal in Australia if you're an NFL fan.
Yeah,
but because when they were in Detroit, he was giving Jahmyr Gibbs from the Lions the business.
Yeah,
and it kind of went a little viral. No, it was I'm trying to remember some things that happened. I know Roman showed up again, and they're still trying to. Jey Uso, I believe, wrestled Braun Breaker. That was a decent match. But yeah, it was an episode of Raw.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like weekly wrestling for WWE for me is just turned into like as Sesame Street as you can make it. You know what I mean? I understand why it works and why it's popular and who you're marketing for. It just doesn't seem like it's for me right now.
It's so funny. If you could take like the best parts of WWE and the best parts of AEW, you would really have something.
Yeah.
Because what one does well, the other struggles mightily with. Like AEW is so hard to follow because new people are showing up all the time. You don't really get a lot of background on them. It's like, oh, here's this guy from New Japan. I don't really watch New Japan. Who is he? Oh, he's really good. Trust us. Here's Bro Dito. It's a new tag team, and this luchador who's a Ring of Honor champion is going to team with who's he teaming with? Oh, Brody King for some reason.
Brody King.
Why? Who knows? They're just good wrestlers. Enjoy it. Don't ask too many questions.
Yeah.
WWE.
AEW kind of adds to that this week with the MJF bit. So that's what I want to talk about. I love MJF. You know I'm an MJF guy. God. So he agrees to do his contract, and that's the whole premise of this promo a week ago. And then the new promo is AEW is like, hey, how do we book ourselves out of an angle that we probably shouldn't have done? Oh, let's threaten to light someone on fire. We haven't done that 3 times in the past 3 years. You know what I mean? Like, so like, okay, I'm going to commit homicide to Briscoe if you don't let me get my contract back for a future date, which tells me MJF's not winning and he's going to win later with the contract. And that just in my brain immediately is like, you just open the door. Like, okay, this is what I don't need to watch the match right now.
Right,
Because
yeah.
you just told me send of the ending. And then also you can win, or the title can change in a DQ or a count out, or all these crazy things. And it's just like, it kind of ruined the match for me a little bit. Like, I'm not stoked for it as much.
Yeah, I am never a fan of that, because like just say, okay, yeah, we'll do that, and then as soon as he goes away, arrest that man. He just tried to murder a guy. I know with wrestling you have to put the blinders on a little bit, but the harder you make it to suspend your disbelief, the more you're going to lose people.
Yeah, I don't mind the disbelief part. It's just like you made it like, oh crap, this is actually a do or die moment for this character. That makes me think of how you're going to book it going forward, and then you change that whole dynamic the week on the next promo to back out of it, and then you're like, oh, you didn't want to commit. It almost like you were playing chicken with yourself and lost, and then showed me your hand, and it's just like, yeah, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like,
and it does the one thing you should never do. It neuters your baby face. It makes your baby face look lesser than, like, WWE. I remember WWE did this when they did the whole Survivor Series match where Sting shows up, and it's like, oh, we're going to get rid of the Authority. If John Cena's team wins this match, the Authority is gone forever. And they were gone for a month. And then it was a thing where somebody threatened to, I think it was Seth Rollins, threatened to break Edge's neck. And unless John Cena said the Authority could come back. And like, that was the big angle a month later. And it's like, well, you just told people that watch Survivor Series, you wasted your time.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's kind of how I feel about this main event picture right now in AEW. But I am excited. Kind of had some scary health issues for a while there. Reports are saying he's not great. Things aren't looking good for him. And Luchasaurus, or Killswitch. I think he's still going by Killswitch. But he came out in pretty much full Luchasaurus gear. He went full green again. But on the poster it says Killswitch, that he's in the match.
That's curious, because the whole thing was like, Christian is so controlling over him, he's going to name him after his finish.
Yeah, but he's still on the post. Let me just double check. I could be wrong, but I believe he's still. Yeah, it says Killswitch and Kip Sabian on the poster.
Right, and I mean, it doesn't have to be Killswitch, but I think a name change is probably for the best. And
but here's my take:
it was the
come
same
out
thing
in
with
black. Come out in black. Don't come out in green until you're making the change.
Right. No, but I think there should be a third name, just because that name that gimmick has a ceiling, and it's the same reason why Jack Perry had to become Jack Perry and not be Jungle Boy anymore, because it's Jungle Boy. It's like Jungle Boy just screams mid card. Luchasaurus, the wrestling dinosaur, just screams mid card. So
but they were a really fun tag team. Liked Jurassic Park.
They were a fun mid card tag team. But if you want to elevate and if you want to keep them in the mid card, that's fine. There's no shame in being in the mid card. Like, people think that if you're not the world champion, you're a failure. That's not how wrestling works.
I just think they connected with the fans more with those two characters. Yeah,
they did. No, comedy gimmicks, fun baby faces get over. But it's hard to make them.
Perry, when Jungle Boy in that battle royal, when he squared off in the finals with Christian, people were so excited that Christian was there, but they were like, "Yo, I don't mind if Jack Perry wins this match. He's killing it right now." Like, but in that promo, they teased that possibly the person resurrecting him, like Frankenstein, may be Jack Perry. Like, people are saying that maybe that's Jack Perry. Honestly, I would like a more grittier, darker. We're sick of the wrestling business pushing us around Jurassic Express again. You know what I mean? Like, don't mind it.
I liked the brief time they were called A Boy and His Dinosaur. That was fun.
Yeah. That's pretty much AEW. I will go through the card here in a minute, but another news rumor, WWE internet thing. I'm trying to dive a little more into the internet conspiracies and what the wrestling internet community is saying.
Gotta be true. It's got to be
hard. It's so hard. Some of the stuff people are arguing and upset about are wild to me. I think they're just for people to say how much they love the industry, they love to hate this industry.
Well, first of all, the internet is just a place for negativity to flourish of all kinds. Yeah, that's just what the internet is.
Yeah. But the rumor is Jericho's contract's coming up, and supposedly he's trying to maybe go back to WWE.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. Jericho loves to do stuff like this. Jericho loves to find people that will spread rumors and plant seeds like that. I'll never forget. This was, I think, when he had his first sabbatical. So this would have been around like 05-ish, the first time he left. And he had a graphic on his website, which is him doing the arms pose, the Chris Jericho pose he would do when he was Y2J, with the TNA background behind him. And then I think TNA even played a Fozzy video. And people were like, is Chris Jericho on the TNA? It was like right around the time TNA got on Spike TV too. So it would have been like the perfect time. It was like 04, 05. It would have been the perfect time for them to bring in Chris Jericho if the Carters really wanted to throw that kind of money around.
Yeah.
And no, he was just playing with people. Chris Jericho likes to push people's buttons, likes to play with people's expectations. Do I think he'll come back eventually? Yeah. Do I think it's now? No. Like, if nothing else, he's going to come back to go in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. All right. Well, let's run down this Forbidden Door card. I'll start from the bottom here. So we have the TBS Championship 4-way match, Mercedes, and I'm not even going to try to say the other two names because I'll probably fuck them up, and Alex Windsor, who looks like she's wearing Willow's gear. I just can't get over the fact that her and Willow wear the same gear. Who is the celebrity that Alex Windsor looks like? She looks like an actress. I don't know. I'm going to eventually find this out.
Let me see here.
But this matchup to me, BP, I see 4 people in a match, and I the clear path looks like that we're probably getting a main title change, which is probably going to open up for Athena to need a new challenger competitor. And it looks like, to me, Mercedes' path is going to be going after Athena probably for the world championship, and she loses this match in a 4-way, so she doesn't have to take the fall.
Yeah, so yeah, I would definitely say Mercedes. I know they're kind of Bozilla and Persephone. I wasn't even sure who was in the match.
Persephone, yeah, at that time, and Bozilla. I mean, the Persephone looks like a beast. And then, I think Alex Windsor walks out of here TBS champion.
Really, Alex Windsor?
Yeah.
I mean, they are giving her quite a push. It's good to have friends in high places.
Yeah. Yeah. Then the next one here is kind of the same thing for me. When I see 3 teams in one match and one team looks like there's no shot they're going to lose, they're probably going to lose because they don't have to be involved in the pin. And it looks like the Hurt Syndicate versus FTR versus Bro King or whatever the Brodito. It looks to me as if probably title change here because I don't think they're creative enough to find or have a team that looks believable enough that should be.
What I'm seeing here is this is an elimination match. So, like, I could see Mercedes losing because she doesn't have to take the pin. Alex Windsor can pin Persephone or Bozilla.
Yeah.
If this being an elimination match, unless they're going to start an earnest Bobby Lashley singles push, I think I could see FTR winning it, but I would think it's more likely that the Hurt Syndicate retains, unless again they're really trying to enhance what or unless they're really going to start a really big singles push for Lashley.
Yeah. And then we have, oh my goodness, my computer is running like shit. Donate to the stream to help me get a new computer because I think
I have the card here if you want me to run through it here.
Yeah, I was on the next one, the Cope and
I'm on Wikipedia, so the order is a little bit different. So yeah, that is now going to be Adam Copeland and Christian Cage, or Cope and Christian Cage against Kip Sabian and Killswitch, taking the place of the injured Nick Wayne.
Yeah. Nick Wayne and then Jordan Oliver kind of makes an appearance at a collision or something
East-West
like that.
Express. East-West Express.
Maybe that fantasy booking I said a while ago where I think Edge and Christian get back together, and I think the team that would be fun to them compete against would be Wayne and Jordan Oliver. So fingers crossed for that.
Yeah, even before the Nick Wayne injury, this is clearly being set up for Copeland and Christian to win. They're gonna I think this Edge and Christian nostalgia run is gonna go a little longer than one match. They gotta wrestle the Young Bucks.
I love this whole he's staying a dickhead, and Cope is just like, he's my dickhead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I kind of like this angle they're playing off.
Yeah.
Like, I like because Christian's just doing really well as being a dirtball.
Yeah.
And I kind of like this good cop, bad cop. And if they have chemistry like they had in the past, Yeah, the Young Bucks have to be a team they wrestle. FTR has to be a team they wrestle. Like, there's a lot of cool tag teams.
Really, yeah. They're Edge's buddies, so they're definitely
where do you rank when it comes to the ladder match is overall success of teams? Now, I think a lot of them both had singles runs as well as tag team runs. Where do you rank 1, 2, and 3 between the Hardys, Edge and Christian, and Devon and Bubba?
Hardys, Edge and Christian, Dudley. Well, Hardys, Dudley's, Edge and Christian, just because the other two teams stayed teams. Edge and Christian in the moment were great, but their run was so short that they went their separate ways after 2 years.
I like the fact that they were such a fun tag team that did go their separate ways.
Oh, they were incredible.
At any time that you can tease them coming back, I feel like they have more firepower because of their amazing singles careers.
Because now it's also you have nostalgia playing. You have we haven't seen this in forever. Where the novelty helps a lot. But as far as legacies as a tag team, I would say Hardys, Dudley's, Edge and Christian.
Okay,
just because the Hardys and the Hardys have been a tag team for 30 years. The Dudleys were a tag team for 20 years. Edge and Christian were a tag team for 3.
Yeah. Then we have Zack Sabre Jr. versus Nigel McGuinness.
That's fun.
Sign me up. I'll take that. That's probably one of the matches I'm most looking forward to on this card. I feel like there is some matches on this card though that don't feel very Forbidden Door-y to me. Like, I don't think Copeland, Christian, Kip Sabian, Nick Wayne should be. Oh no, that's an AEW match. I don't really. Yeah. The tag team match is an AEW match. The 4-way, sure, you have Stardom and CML in there, so I'm fine with it. The lights out steel cage. You just added Tanahashi with Ospreay, Kenny, Ibushi, and Darby against the Death Riders and the Young Bucks. It doesn't feel. I guess him being there is fine, but dude, he moves like
Gabe Kidd too. Gabe Kidd.
Yeah, I hate the Gabe. I'm gonna be honest. Maybe it's just because I'm throwing a little more love to the local boy. I'm not a fan of Wheeler being there every single week and busting his ass and being the face of that team, and then Gabe Kidd comes in and gets the big pay-per-view match.
Well, that's probably just to placate New Japan.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan. I just think the guy worked really hard and he's kind of getting sidelined. I'm sure he doesn't give a shit, but that's just my thing. TNT Championship. Go ahead.
It's also probably the last AEW match for Tanahashi.
Yeah,
and that's because he's retiring. Period in January.
Pretty sick though that he worked a Dynamite. Like,
he worked a few.
That guy. I'm saying he's on his retirement run and he's working weekly television. And the cool thing about that one is we got to see him team up with Speedball, and then Wheeler got to be in that match and take the pin by him. So that's kind of cool that he still got to say hey, I wrestled Tanahashi before he retired. I know in the wrestling landscape of stats and wins, people don't give a shit about that, but we know wrestlers and they turn around I fucking wrestled that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it definitely means a lot to wrestle somebody, especially Hiroshi Tanahashi, because
that's fun.
It's the guy who saved Japanese wrestling.
Yeah, I don't know Wheeler on a personal level that well, but we have enough friends who know Wheeler and speak very highly of him. I just root for him. When he has an opportunity to say, I worked a match with this guy, I enjoy that for Wheeler. Then we have Kyle Fletcher versus Takahashi. I'm not sold on Takahashi. I know people really, really love him in Japan.
Oh, I love Hiromu. Hiromu's good. Yeah. Hiromu's so good.
It doesn't do it for me, but I think the match can be really good. I think they're both very talented. I think that's going to be a fun one.
You would have loved Daryl.
Okay.
Daryl was his stuffed cat.
Oh, Storm versus Athena. This is the match I'm circling and I want pumped into my veins. I think Athena wins that one. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, most likely.
Her time is now. Okada versus Strickland. I love that matchup. I think that's going to be a lot of fun to watch. I'm excited for that one. And then obviously MJF and Adam Page are going to be a fun match, but I will say that the storyline beats have taken me out of it a little bit with the recent stuff. Yeah, Wheeler does not need a haircut. He needs to keep going. The people in the chat saying, "Oh, Tony." So here's what we're gonna do: go to ProWrestling.scorecards. It's in my link tree. Sign up, join the ABJ faction, and put your picks in. And maybe we'll have a little friendly competition. I will play along this time. I always forget, but I will do it this time.
I haven't done one of those in years. I would be so bad at it. I watch so little AEW. I don't know anything.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go through this this our own Forbidden Door card.
This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun.
I have 4 matches written down, and then I want to kind of bounce and wing and kind of go with people on the chat and see what they say as well. But can I pitch a match first?
Yeah, I have 17 matches, so
we could be here for a minute.
Yeah, I have. It's a 2-night Forbidden Door.
I have a 4-way. I don't know where it goes on the card, but it's a 4-way. I need some Bullet Club leaders to fight each other, and I want Finn
I thought
Balor
about this. I thought
versus
about this.
Kenny versus Jay White versus AJ Styles.
All right, I like that.
That's a 4-way.
No love for Cody. Okay.
Cody was like that interim leader with Kenny, and I think we can. I think we could put Cody somewhere else later on.
What are you, Tony Khan? No love for Evil.
Yeah.
I don't have Evil on my card.
Okay.
I have his wife on my card though.
Okay. I do as well. And then you want me to do the next one, or you want to go next?
No, go for it, because I have so many of them.
All right. I think this match has to happen. I think when it comes down to the 2 best in the world, or the 2 that claim they're the best in the world, for me, I need Ospreay versus Seth Rollins.
I have something very similar.
Yeah, that's where I go. I think for their generation and what they're doing, I need Seth and Will Ospreay.
I have something close to that.
Now I was tossed up on this one, but I think this one for me, I would normally put EO in this match, right? I want EO in this matchup, but only because it's a match I feel we never got in full, and it was teased and it was hinted at like women's Royal Rumbles where one person kind of touched the other one, but we never fully got them in a one-on-one action. And for where she's at right now and where the other one's at before they get too gone, I need Athena versus Asuka. I want that matchup.
That would be very good.
I wanted EO versus Asuka.
Did that never happen in NXT? Because I feel like Ember Moon wrestled Asuka before. Asuka
she did, but but when they teased it, like Ember was kind of on a different level and doing her thing, and then they're kind of teasing her and Asuka on the main roster, and it just never happened. Okay. But I think Athena now, with what she's accomplished in wrestling, I think getting that one match back with Asuka would be unbelievable.
Makes sense.
And then I have a comedy match.
Oh, wait till you hear my comedy match. My comedy match is the best comedy match ever.
I think this one can rival it.
All right.
It's a female comedy match.
Okay.
With Chelsea Green versus Harley Cameron.
How did I forget Chelsea Green? Chelsea Green is not on my card now. She's my favorite woman in wrestling right now, and she's not on my card.
Yeah, I want her and Harley Cameron.
That's a disgrace. I forgot Chelsea Green.
How dare you? First off.
No, she's the best. She's the best. All right, so here we go with my night 1. We're gonna start off hot. We're gonna start off with a spectacle. We're gonna start off with a ladder match. So it can be if you win, depending on what company you work for, you're getting a chance at the junior heavyweight title, maybe the TNT title, maybe the Intercontinental title. But it's gonna be the ticking time bomb himself, Hiromu Takahashi from New Japan, Ricochet, Penta, El Desperado, who I think is the junior heavyweight champion, so that's going to be a little tough for him. Speedball Mike Bailey, and the AAA mega heavyweight champion El Hijo del Vikingo.
Oh, the only thing I would petition backstage for with this is, now that he's there, we got to throw Ace in. I want Ace in that match somewhere.
There wasn't enough room. He can make his name a little bit. He'll be in the pre-show battle royal.
All right, we'll throw him in there. By the way, congratulations to Ace Austin, now signed to AEW. We love you. And
happened as we were recording last week.
Do you think that indicates or leads to that they're interested in Chris Bay if he comes back and then doing something?
Hopefully,
there again?
that would be amazing. Yeah, hopefully.
I would love that.
I hope it means they're interested in Gia Miller too.
Oh, please. Could you imagine Renee Paquette, Alicia Toot, and Gia Miller as your backstage team?
Yeah, 2 Canadians and the most southern person you've ever met in your life.
And honestly,
and all wonderful at their jobs.
Can I add another person that I think would, if you added a 4th woman to that roster of the backstage team and possibly even commentary every now and then? Add Veda. Give me Alicia, Veda, Renee Paquette, and Gia Miller as your backstage correspondent team or commentary. I'll take it all day long.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
So I went a little bit of a different route with Will Ospreay, because I think he can give us a glimpse of the old version of this guy. I want to do Will Ospreay and AJ Styles, because I think there are 2 guys. I think they're two guys who evolved themselves. Will Ospreay went from doing these crazy aerial things to doing some of the crazy aerial things, but becoming very well rounded. A lot of what Will Ospreay does reminds me of AJ Styles in a very good way. And AJ, I mean, he's not a young guy anymore. He's probably getting close to the end, but I think he's got enough in the tank to really, really, really deliver another classic with a guy like Ospreay. So that's my match. Here's my comedy match. I'm gonna raise the stakes on the comedy match. This is an intergender 6-person tag match, and we got a special referee. On one side, representing the Judgment Day, we're gonna have Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor, and I put Liv Morgan. It could be Roxanne Perez very easily. They're gonna be taking on the most amazing trio of all time. Orange Cassidy, Mr. Iguana, and Harley Cameron. And there's going to be a moment in this match where you have the Finn Balor puppet, the Harley puppet, Layeska, and the special guest referee in this match is from TNA Wrestling, the director of Authority, Santino Marella, who puts them in check with the Cobra. And it's the best comedy spot of all time.
They keep trying to put a puppet on Orange's hands, but he keeps stiffing his hands.
No. There should just be like he's just gonna do the thing where he just draws a thing on like eyes on his hand, like whatever. That's gonna be his puppet right there.
His foot. He'll put eyes on his foot, and then when he does the small kicks, that's his puppet. Yeah.
We need an Orange Cassidy, or it's gonna be like one of those string puppets, but he just doesn't. It's just limp. It's just hanging there. but there's gonna be an Orange Cassidy puppet too. And then Dom and Liv Morgan is going to look like, what are we doing here? Like they're going to be the straight man for this. So then we're going to go to. I had a tough time with what to do with Edge and Christian, but I wanted Edge and Christian as a team. I put them against. I feel like we're going to get the Bar 2.0. I think we're building toward that on WWE right now because the Bar started with like Sheamus and Cesaro or Claudio now and before. Like feuding with each other, and then they got this mutual respect. I think we're going the same way with Sheamus and Rusev. So I'm going to do Sheamus and Rusev against Edge and Christian because I know Sheamus and Edge are very good friends, and it'll be a great match.
Okay, I do have another tag team. I mean, this is an easy one. I mean, this has to happen. We got to get the Bucks versus the Usos.
Kind of. I have that. That's part of my night one main event. Part one.
Okay, and I do have two more women's matches too.
All right. Do you want me to? I can see the table here.
Tessa versus Charlotte Flair.
Okay.
I need Tessa, Charlotte Flair, and I need Masha versus Stephanie Valkyrie.
That would be fun too.
Yeah.
That would be very fun. So my next match here is going to be LA Knight against MJF. The battle of the two talkers. You're going to have a big pre-match promo. The two big talkers.
I had an idea for MJF, and I'll pitch it to you. I had two names. I was thinking Dom, just because of that scumbag of this and how the fans react.
Dom's locked in that comedy match.
Yeah. Or MJF versus Logan Paul. Because I think the promo
that would be interesting. That would be very interesting. I think they would work better as a tag team because I think MJF's character and Logan Paul's character would like one another in so much as MJF can like anybody. But yeah, I would enjoy that. But I think LA Knight and MJF is a good way to go with that. You have to do this one. Timeless Tony Storm against Rhea Ripley, the two kind of faces of the women's divisions in both companies.
Didn't they wrestle in UK?
Yeah, they were. They had a few.
They wrestled for the UK Women's Championship.
I believe Rhea was the first champion and Tony was the second. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I have Seth Rollins wrestling Kenny Omega. I think that's because that's a match a lot of people talked about when AEW was first starting. That's what I would do with Seth Rollins more so than Ospreay. And if we can do business here, and we're gonna have to do business here, but what did Jerry Jarrett always say? Personal issues draw money. So my night one semi-main event, CM Punk versus Jack Perry.
Interesting.
If we can do business, if we can coexist as professionals, CM Punk versus Jack Perry, that would get so many people talking. Are they going to be able to cooperate? Is it going to break down? Like, it would be hotly anticipated. And then my main event for night one, I forgot to say Forbidden Door is going to have 2 rings because we're going to have a War Games. We're going to have a War Games. It's the Bloodline All-Stars. Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, the Usos, and Sami Zayn taking on a mishmash of the Blackpool Combat Club, the Death Riders, the Elite, and a few other things. Jon Moxley, Bryan Danielson making a comeback, the Young Bucks, and Kazuchika Okada.
Wow.
In a War Games.
Okay. I also was shopping. Cena has to get a match, and I think if Cena's on his retirement and Okada's on his retirement, that has to happen. Right?
Tanahashi, you mean?
Tanahashi on his retirement. I think that can happen. I think
that was just night one. That was just night one.
Even though I think Okada would be the better matchup to physically watch over Tanahashi and John Cena.
I have some smoke and mirrors we can do. Yeah, because that's part of my night two.
Okay,
night two is
the lead.
Night two is going to showcase some of the up and coming stars, some of the future picks. We're going to start off with a 3-way between Yota Tsuji, who has a ton of charisma as an up and comer in New Japan, Kyle Fletcher, and Braun Breaker.
Okay.
And then we have a 3-way tag. I'm kind of mixing stables here a little bit for the WWE guys. They've teamed before, Bronson Reed and JC Mateo. They were former PWG tag team champions.
Yeah.
As Jonah Rock and Jeff Cobb taking on the New Day, FTR, and Bishamon from New Japan.
Okay, I like it.
So we have a 4-way tag here. Straight up IWGP title match. I just would love to see this match. Chad Gable against Zack Sabre Jr. That would be incredible. And that is right up my alley. Right up my alley, Chad Gable and Zack Sabre Jr. I have a women's War Games. I have and this is where I was like, God damn, WWE has such a deep women's roster. It is insane.
It is super
deep. How deep and how talented WWE's women's roster is. Like the people I had to leave off. So I wound up, because Rhea already had a match night one. Io Sky, Becky Lynch, Tiffany Stratton, Bianca Belair, and Stephanie Vaquer against Mercedes Moné, Athena, Alex Windsor, Mina Shirakawa, and Chris Statlander.
Okay.
And now we have 4 matches left. Swerve Strickland and Randy Orton.
I like that.
Some top guys
someone
there.
said in my chat the other night they wanted Swerve Strickland versus Booker T.
Okay. Here's the Legends match. Here's the Legends match for you. John Cena, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Mystico, and Chris Jericho.
Okay.
Cena and Jericho one more time.
Yeah.
And you can do enough smoke and mirrors where that'll be a match where it's like 4 people, a guy who really revived Japanese wrestling, guy really revived Mexican wrestling, John Cena, who's been the face of WWE for 15 years, and Chris Jericho, who was the guy who really helped put AEW on the map. I think that's more of a symbolism match. And that leaves us with 2 matches left.
I will say this real quick. Wheeler Yuta definitely doesn't suck. If we've watched him in a lot on the indie scene and then working his way up, he's unbelievable. Don't let him get, just because he's always getting pinged in wrestling. He's very, very
Saw him
talented.
wrestle an hour in a disgustingly hot building.
I went out in the parking lot and died a couple times.
So we have 2 final matches, and this one might be the one I want to see most of all. Give me Gunther against Konosuke Takeshita.
Okay. Do you think Takeshita wins the New Japan World Title off Zack Sabre Jr.?
Possibly,
because he won the G1. That's interesting. And people are like, from what I'm hearing, the Japanese audience hates it. They hate the Tanahashi. That's because he's an outsider. They feel like they're because of the DDT guy. Yeah. Some of the chats, Nick Wayne versus Javon Evans. I don't hate that matchup.
I very briefly, before I put Vikingo in, I had Javon Evans in that ladder match. I did have Javon Evans in there.
Jericho versus AJ. Yeah. Danhausen versus Mr. Iguana.
I did forget about Danhausen.
Yeah, I think he's going to be going to WWE once he's done.
Well, he asked to be that his contract not be extended, but I think they extended it.
Yeah. Microman versus Hornswoggle.
Microman.
Yeah. Io versus Mina. I don't hate that. I like that matchup. Yeah. Roxanne Perez versus Sky Blue.
Yeah.
What else we got here? Seth versus Will. Dom versus Wheeler. Hair versus hair match. Okay. I don't mind that at all. Lashley versus Moose. I don't hate that.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. Cope versus Omega. I said that's a match I think has to happen before either one of them hang up the boots. I think if they're both in the same company, they have to touch at least once. Like even if it's a respect baby face match on a Dynamite, I don't care. You know what I mean? Just give it to me. Me versus JD from New York, not even a contest. Trying to get clicks. Tony Khan versus Nick Khan, Jerry Springer style.
There you go.
Yeah.
No relation.
MJF versus John Cena.
So the one last match I had, and you kind of have to do it, is Hangman and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, that's got to be the match. I agree. All right, well, that'll do it for us, BP. I got to cut out of here. I have to use the bathroom. But PPW September 13th, a lot of stuff going up now for matches as well as
as a matter of fact, as soon as I'm done here and one's going up, if you were at the show, you already know this one, but our golden ticket match is we do it every September now. The golden ticket is up for grabs, and it will be Too Smooth Sean Smith, Malik Delvante, Matthew Yeager, and Precious. What a grouping. What a grouping.
I'm just saying this now, BP, because there has been a small revolution happening on my Instagram. I don't know if you've been seeing it, but I'm part of the hashtag Justice for Gem movement because
I don't make the posters
back there.
I don't make the posters. Don't
on the poster, not getting title shots. I don't know. I'm just saying clear. I'm looking in the camera. ABJ is not affiliated with the PPW booking or responsibility of who gets what matches. I just talked to them backstage. The fans want justice for Gem, BP. Like it's getting out of control.
They yelled at me more when I was the backstage interview than I am now as a general manager about this.
I've been taking the blowback, BP. Yeah. No, I got a new name. I'm Bad News Blackwell.
Do you have Harlem Sewer Rats?
Not yet. I'm working on it.
Are you going to give somebody the Ghetto Blaster?
But awesome stuff going on over in the socials. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and supporting those backstages. I actually been posting a lot of the backstage interviews that I'm in as well over on the Tornado Tag side because I had clips of all the old backstage stuff I did over there. So I've been putting even more of the newer content on the Tornado Tag page, so you can check out the PPW backstage stuff. You can check out some other things that we did over there. So definitely go and support that. I actually got called, BP, I got a little emotional. I was on a TikTok live with some people, and someone said that I'm the independent version of Chris Van Vliet, and it felt nice. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, thank you for that. I appreciate that. I respect Chris Van Vliet.
Isn't Chris Van Vliet the independent version of Chris Van Vliet? But
he interviews more. He interviews more of the mainstream guys, where I'm doing more of the upcoming guys. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think that's what they were trying to say. But all right, well, let's get out of here, BP. We'll see you guys next Thursday for more. I'm sure we'll be covering Forbidden Door, what we thought of it, and what other happens.
Clash going in Paris on. Will be coming up.
Yeah, we'll be talking all that, and maybe one of these days we can get together and film a bonus episode that we can throw out for you guys. Maybe a history lesson. I may or may not have a belt be coming in. We could do a belt episode. We could talk about the history of a belt. Putting it out there, but we'll see you guys next time.
Not this week or the week after, but that September 4th, I'm gonna be watching a banner get raised, and I'm gonna be in front of Jerry Jones's stupid face. So that's gonna be something I've been looking forward to for a long time.
Yeah, we will not be live. We'll see you guys next time. We're out of here.